better solution that I'm going to share with you. But if you are willing to lose your viewers, then all you have to do...
Let me share that video. Let me know in the comments if you guys can hear me. Let me know in the comments. Six 12. Actually, let me do this. Give me a minute here, guys. Give me a minute. Let me know in the chat where you guys are from. Let me know in the chat where you guys are from. That's what I'll put it right here. Give it a second, guys. Let me know in the chat. I'm just sending it out to my email list, so. Oh, damn. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to set this up. I'm just trying to send, I'm trying to get this a little bit higher, though. I'm trying to send this live to my email list so I can get more people on the live. But if you guys have any questions, put it in the chat. Give me a minute here. Give me a second. I'm just trying to send it out to all my email list. Where you guys from? Where you guys from? I see 5 people in the chat. 5 people on this live. Do me a favor, share this live out. Share this live out. I'm about to send out a text blast. This is a random live that I wanted to try out with this YouTube stuff. $50-50. So half of you say you got funding, half of you say you haven't. For the people who haven't, why do you think you haven't? Or let me know some of your challenges that you have that you're not getting that funding. All right, I'm just gonna send it out to my text community. Trying to get some people live here. In the meanwhile, let me know in the comments where you're from, and if you've gotten funding, answer that poll. This thing is not working. Maryland, Texas, okay. Oh, hold on. Hey, bro, do you know if any people in our group is working with Fred's on Spotify business? I don't. I just, hold on, let me lower this thing. It's really hard to see these questions. Do you know if any people in our group is working with Fred's on the Spotify business? I don't. I haven't. He's hard to get a hold of. I don't know if people signed up and did that free consultation, but he's a real good dude. You know, I bet my people. I don't bring on people who are scammers like that. That's my guy right there. A couple of weeks. I would definitely, Randy, do the free consultation. Just let him know you came from Toby. He'll definitely hook you up. He the real deal, bro. He don't like to be on Instagram, but he makes a lot of money, bro. I'll tell you that. I'll leave it like that. We got Maryland, we got Texas, we got Miami, we got... It's really hard to read these damn things. So 75 people said they have not gotten funding. I want to know why. I want to know why are you not in position to get funding? Put it in the chat. Let me know. Is it your credit score? Is it lack of knowledge, lack of information, lack of execution? I just want to know. I want to have an idea of why. I should have uploaded this. So some people say they have gotten funding. So 67% say they haven't, and 33% say they have. Yeah, definitely check him out, Randy, for sure. Like I said, he's a real good dude. I had a consultation with him already. I will start working with him in the beginning of next month. Let's get it. He definitely knows what he's talking about. That guy's like he's obsessed with that stuff. That's why I got him on. He don't want to tell me how much he makes, but I know he make at least 30 to 40 a month. I know he makes at least 30 to 40,000 a month. Easy. He's kind of those guys. He kind of lay low. Yo, what's up, Ed? What's up? What's up? What's up? I should have. I'm still trying to send out the emails. Get more people on here. We got 10 people. Okay. But let me know if you guys have questions in the chat. Let me know if you guys have questions as far as funding, real estate, whatever. Yeah, that's what he told me. 30K. Yeah. He honestly, Randy, he probably make more than that. He's a humble dude. He don't like letting people know he got money. That's why he's not on Instagram like that. That's why he's not on social media, because he doesn't like he's not the flashy type. But he definitely getting some money. Guys, let me know if you guys have any questions. I don't have like a presentation right there. I just decided to try this live and see if I can answer some questions. If you're not a part of my free community, it should be in my YouTube descriptions. Make sure you join that free community. I do live classes. Real estate, e-commerce, business funding. I did travel hacking. Got some more travel hacking stuff coming up. I'm gonna have to make a new class for business funding because people have been asking about that. What's your best bank to get business BC? What's your best banks to get? Why doesn't it show me? Okay, there it is. What are your best banks to get business credit cards from state chartered banks or local national? Actually, he does. That's just one of his stores. All right. Yeah, so to answer your question, so you got to think about it like this, Scorpio Chris, right? Think about it like this. There's 3 tiers of banks. There's national banks, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, right? There's regional banks, Truist, Key Bank, Citizens Bank. There's local banks that are local to the community, right? So there's 3 tiers of banks. So in each tier, you can get 50 to 100K. As an example, you guys hear me talk a lot about Chase. It's one of my favorite banks. Why? You get the best of both worlds. You get high limits, right? You can get $75, $60, $80, $150,000 on one credit card at 0% interest. You can split 2 credit cards, 75 each. You get the best of both worlds, right? Then you got Bank of America. Then Wells Fargo doesn't have business credit cards, but you get the point. You got American Express. Then you can go to regional banks. So that's just one round of funding with like the national banks. Bank of America, Chase, American Express. Then you can go to regional banks, Truist, Citizens Bank. You can go to, what's the other one? Truist. You got Truist, Key Bank. You got Citizens Bank, banks like that are only in certain regions. Then you got local banks, and you can just Google local credit unions in your area. 780 FICO. Just recently opened a Chase. I got approved for a Freedom Unlimited credit card. Also, I need help in how to get approved for them. Business credit card inks for my Amazon business. Well, upcoming business. I've heard about credit stacking all at one time from one bureau, or should I do a couple banks in 2 days? Randy, if you're in my community, I literally give you, or by YouTube, there's a funding sequence. It ultimately, at the end of the day, it's all around the funding. So you can go by bureau, right? I have a video that's kind of gone viral. It's the 150K business funding sequence. You could do American Express. You can move that inquiry unless you're a current customer. You could do Chase. Usually they pull Experian. Sometimes they'll pull Experian TransUnion. You can get that Experian wiped. Navy Federal business credit card, you can get that wiped. They pull Experian. You could do banks like that. Then you got TransUnion. Bank of America, they pull TransUnion. So you can do it by bureau, right? That would be the best way to do it. Okay, these banks pull Experian. Go 3 to 4 credit cards with them. And then you can go to Equifax. Not a lot of banks pull Equifax, but I literally made a series where if you want to get funding from TransUnion, I give you all the banks. If you want to get funding from Experian, I give you all the banks. If you want to get funding from Equifax, I give you all the banks. I give you funding secrets that people charge thousands of dollars for. That's a fact. Like literally, people charge thousands of dollars for it, and I give it to you for free. Upcoming business. Hold on. So Daniel, so you got a 780 FICO. Just recently opened a Chase checking account. Got approved for Freedom Unlimited. I need help in how to get approved for them business credit cards. So you just, since you already got a checking account, you're already in the ecosystem. I would open up a business checking account, and if you have the money, if you do have the money, I would make a large deposit, 3 to 5K, right? Then I would apply in branch. I would let that season for at least 10 days and apply in branch for a business credit card. So hope that answers your question. I already hit the National Bank. I'm looking for, yeah, you could just Google credit unions in your area. Most of these credit unions, fun fact, a lot of people don't know, most of these credit unions are underwritten by Elan Financial. That actually doesn't require a banking relationship. Elan Financial is a third-party underwriter that underwrites about 85% of local credit unions, even some regional banks. A lot of people don't know about that. A lot of people actually don't talk about that. Actually, I haven't heard anybody talk about that or barely talk about that on YouTube. So if you heard it on YouTube, you know where you heard it from. So to answer your question, you literally just Google credit unions near me, go to their website and see their business credit card products, and then see who's the underwriter. Is it underwritten by that credit union? Unlikely. But it'll literally say Elan Financial. This credit product is underwritten by Elan Financial. Hold on. This thing just looks so small on my end. I don't know why. Are we free the other bureaus before we apply, or they're just pulling from one bureau every time? Yeah, you can freeze. So if you know, for example, you got to know where they pull from. One way to know where they pull from, you can just apply for a credit card product free before you apply. Obviously, you have it frozen, and then you got to know which bureau they pull from. That's a gem right there. So, and then once you know, let's just say they pull from Experian. So when you reapply, you unfreeze Experian, you keep the other two frozen. With all these business credit cards, should we open a business checking account with each bank? So yes and no. So this is where it gets tricky. So yes, because it improves your higher likelihood of getting approved, number one. Higher likelihood of getting higher limits. And no, because I mean, you don't want a ton of business bank accounts, right? So that's why I always look for, I always do some research on which banks I want to open bank accounts with, or do they require a relationship in order for me to get funding. So as an example, I say this a lot because I speak about from personal experience, that years ago, I applied for a business credit card with Citizens Bank, right? The one in Philadelphia. And then I did have a business checking account. I only had $100, but the underwriter told me had I made more deposits, I would have gotten a limited starting 25K. So I got 6K, right? So that's what I mean. So you need to know first if they give out high limits on the business side, right? Like that would have been a better starting limit. Had I made a few more deposits, I would have turned 6K to 25. I would have gotten 19 more K on that. That was 0% interest for 9 months. So hold on a sec. So to answer your question, you have to do some recon. You have to do some some research to see if it's worth the benefit, right? PNC, definitely you need to open up a business checking account, right? As an example, these banks do require relationship, and they're heavily based on relationship. Not so much credit unions, but like banks like that, like regional banks like PNC and Truist, or banks like those, they do require, they're really heavy on relationship. And it depends, Randy, how much you're trying to get in funding too. So like I said, I go back to the top tiers. Like Chase, you get 150K. You get 100K just from Chase. You know, just on, then you go Amex, then you go to Truist, and then that should probably be enough. Under 50K, no doc, no UCC. Usually, yeah. Usually, no UCC filing for business lines of credit under 50K. But you just have to ask. You have to ask. I didn't know. I just found out recently that Chase, it doesn't matter what it is. They'll let you use 20K as a BLOC. They put in a UCC filing. And you can't get another, you won't be able to get another business line of credit because the other banks will be able to see that lien, and they always want to be in first position. So hopefully that answers your question. So you have to know the threshold. So when you go to these banks, you have to know, like PNC, I just found out from relationship manager that they don't have a UCC filing anything under 100K. At least that's what he told me. He said he was going to get back to me on that. So, but I know Chase does. It doesn't matter the amount. So you have to know which banks put that UCC filing and what is the threshold, because it can be an amount or it can be any amount. That makes sense, guys? Let me know in the comments if I'm dropping some gems, man. Appreciate you, no problem. Share this live out, guys. Share this live out. Share this live out. Let me look at the poll. So 62% have said not yet. So let me know in the comments why. Let me know in the comments why you feel like you haven't gotten that. Let me know what's holding you back, so I can help answer anything that maybe if I say something, maybe you're, I didn't think of that, or maybe that's a good way of putting it, or I'm gonna try that hack, or whatever the case is. Let me know in the chat. That way I can answer your questions. Let me see if my text went out. What is a FICO score we need in order to make some big moves? Great question. So FICO, it's a little bit more complex than that. As a general rule, now, like if you guys saw that live I did with 850 Credit Club, it used to be minimum 680. Now I would say minimum 720. But honestly, anything over 740, you're good, right? You have a great credit score, but you also have to look at the profile too. Profile is very important. Profile, you have to have a thick profile, 10 accounts or more. That's another thing a lot of people don't talk about. If you have 10 accounts or more, that really helps getting the bag, because, and obviously if you have paperwork, if you have two-year-old LLC and you can provide bank statements 3 months, you could get BLOCs. That's the next play. That's what we should be that's what everybody should be focusing on, not so much business credit card. Business credit cards are good because they offer that 0% interest, but BLOCs are cash in the bank. Big difference. Like BLOCs are cash in the bank. So if you could get that PNC BLOC, that's 100K. Chase has one, 100K. Truist has one, 50K. Bank of America has one. I don't know what the limit is up to them, but I mean, you could get 300,000-400,000 cash liquid in the bank, between 12% or so, around that area. You good. I do. I do have my own list, but I mean, it's not for sale. But you could do your own. You could do your own list. You could do your own list, Chris. You don't need to purchase mine because everything is gonna be different based on the region. So, like I said, think about it like this. Again, I go back to what I say because the framework stays. It remains the same. The framework remains the same: national, regional, local. If you said you already did the national, regional, and you're down to the local tier, then all you got to do is Google 5 to 10 credit unions in your area. You can go on the website, see what business credit products they offer. Like I said, you can actually apply. Your bureaus will be frozen. You'll see which one they pull from. You can call, ask them, what is the minimum? They answer these questions. Now, they may not be accurate all the time because sometimes they could be new or they're not too familiar with that particular product, but you could ask them what bureau do they pull from, what's the minimum credit score, what are the highest limits they go up to, things like that. They should be able to tell you that mostly. And then you have to experience it yourself. Like I said, you apply, see what bureau they're pulled from, and then you have to pull the trigger and then kind of go from there. But essentially, you can make that list, honestly, just Googling. That's what I did. Are we transferring all this business? Well, it depends. It depends on where your risk tolerance is. Are we transferring all this business credit into real estate, digital real estate, crypto, or are there any other plays? E-com is great. E-com is great, and yourself. Investing in yourself to learn a high income skill. That's something you definitely need to be always investing in yourself to learn new things to make more money, right? Because real estate is broad, so you might need to learn how to do commercial real estate. So you have to pay to learn how to do that. You have to play to learn to play the game. You have to pay to play. So if you're trying to do real estate, that's just a broad statement. You have to learn how to do those things. So that's what it comes down to, investing into yourself to learn a high income skill. Businesses, cash flow in businesses, another thing, but it's a pain in the ass. I own a restaurant. It's a pain in the ass. I manage like 10 employees. It's a pain in the ass. People calling out. It's a pain in the ass. What else you guys got? Let me go back to that one. So yeah, and what is a FICO score? Oh, wait, where's the other one? Unless they change, no, because they pull, for me, they pull Experian and Equifax for me. In VA, they pull Experian and Equifax. They never pulled all three, ever. I've never been pulled all three. Experian and Equifax, and one time Experian by itself. I got the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I got several Chase Ink Business Cash and Income Limiteds. I never pulled all three. They refer to the Chase Credit Union, Credit Journey. Yeah, no, I definitely see. That's what I mean. Sometimes they don't know, and like I said, you could freeze the burger, so you'll know exactly which ones they pull from when you apply. You're gonna get denied because they're frozen, but you'll know which ones for sure they'll pull. And that depends on the region too. So for you, it could be TransUnion, Equifax, or it could just be TransUnion. But I've never seen them ever pull three, ever. Capital One pulls all three. I know that. What are the advantages of purchasing older shelf corporations? I'm not gonna claim. I don't know too much about shelf corps. I know of them. I know people who have success with them, but there's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts with the older shelf corps. So I'm not an expert at that, but I know there's a lot of, for lack of a better word, fraud. What did you say is the best way to liquidate for real estate, Toby? As I can fix it. I know I had a call on it, but I must have missed it. Since this is probably not going to be, so the best, here's a gem. I'm going to give you guys a gem. In fact, people actually have paid me. People have paid me to do this. And this is what a lot of people know. These people know this method, but they didn't know that you could do this method with it. So to buy real estate with credit cards. What's up? What's good, John? To buy real estate with credit cards. You guys ready? Put gems in the chat. Put gems in the chat, and I'll tell you guys. Put gems in the chat, and I'll let you know how you can literally buy a house with a credit card. This is really weird, this stuff. Now, most of you people, okay, I see it now. Most people know. Damn, this is, there we go. Most people know or have heard of, what's it called? Plastiq and Melio, right? Everybody heard of that, right? But 99.9% of the people did not know that you can use Melio payments and Plastiq to wire the funds to buy a property. Let me say that again, because a lot of you missed that. You can literally wire the funds using Plastiq and Melio. So I know people personally who are heavy into real estate. You can wire the funds from Plastiq. You have to use multiple credit cards because let's just say, for example, it's $50,000. You get a Chase Income Limited, 0% interest. You could wire. Melio and Plastiq allows you to wire the funds directly to the title company. So all you need from the title company, because you get what's that called? You get escrow instructions. You get escrow instructions. They have like, it tells you where to wire the money. You put that, you have to upload that to Plastiq and Melio. So that's their proof. That's your proof that this is a legit business. You upload it where you upload the invoice, and you can use multiple credit cards on that transaction. I think a lot of you people miss that. You can wire the funds to the title company using Plastiq. They literally wire the funds. Now you pay that 3%. You do pay that 3%, but who cares? You just bought a house with a credit card. Let me say that again. You bought a house with a credit card. Like I said, I got a lot of people in real estate, so they use multiple credit cards. They wire the funds to the title company, and they bought a house with a credit card. That's the gem right there. A lot of people don't know that. They know that you can use Plastiq and Melio to pay invoices. Like me, I use it all the time to pay for my commercial lease. How about wiring funds to your trading account without an advance fee? And it's not a cash advance. Now, you do have to use a business credit card. You can literally pay anything. And to add on to that, let me stick to the real estate stuff. To add on to that, with Plastiq and Melio, so let's say so this is what happens, right? You buy the house with a credit card, but you have the rehab, right? You can pay the rehab. You can pay your contractors with Plastiq. They send them a check. You can send them. You can basically pay with your credit card, and what Plastiq does, it sends them a check, or they can do ACH transfer or a wire. So you don't need to necessarily liquidate a credit card. You just liquidate it using Plastiq. As long as they can provide an invoice, as long as it's an invoice. What about getting a mortgage, being self-employed less than 2 years, need a cosign essentially? Getting a mortgage, being self-employed less than 2 years. Yeah, that's more of a Zach. That's more of a mortgage question, mortgage broker question. I'm gonna give you my life example, but I don't want to encourage this behavior. So what I did, this was like 4 years ago. What I did, I purchased my duplex. I liquidated the credit cards using merchant accounts. Do I recommend that? I don't teach that. I don't talk about that, but that's how I did it. I liquidated a lot with merchant accounts. Okay. I don't recommend that because you do risk, you can risk getting your account shut down. So I liquidated Chase Business credit card, 0% interest. It was like 12 grand or 13 grand or something like that. Use that as down payment, which is an FHA loan. I use a tenant to pay back the debt. Use the other tenant to pay back the mortgage. If you're less than 2 years being self-employed, I mean, it all comes down to you're probably gonna need a cosigner because they like to see 2 years history, Zach. I was gonna take the money off by using a point of sale machine. Just be careful. Just be careful with that. You got to be careful. This is the way you can use, again, Plastique. As long as you can provide an invoice, as long as it's an invoice. I don't know how in depth Plastique and Melio go into verifying the invoice. But as long as there's an invoice in quotation, you should be able to use that credit card. You should be able to use their service, meaning using that credit card to pay for that invoice. But again, I'm not, quick disclaimer, entertainment purposes only. And I know for a fact the real estate play works for sure. But the other stuff about invoices, you guys, that's just it. Entertainment purposes only. I'm not going to save this live just in case, so I won't. So people won't say, oh, Toby told me to use a merchant account and then my account got shut down, my card. So any way you try to liquidate credit cards, it come with fees or risk. Fees or risks or both. So just a FYI. If you're gonna use a point of sale, you better use someone who has a seasoned merchant account. And it better not be your family or something. Well, Steve, it wouldn't be, I don't know about a trading account, but I know if you use a business credit card, it won't be with Plastique. It won't be coded as a cash advance. Since I'm not doing this anymore, another way to liquidate credit cards. Again, I'm not condoning, entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. I don't know if it still works because I haven't done it in like 4 years, but I know some sports gambling apps allow you to use a credit card to fund the account. Say that again. Again, I don't know if it works now because I haven't done it in 4 years. So, but I've done it before. I did like 10 grand and that worked. So sportsbook apps, you got to make sure it's not coded as a cash advance. So you got to do a test buy like $5, $10. Make sure that deposit is not coded as a cash advance. Any questions? Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, so test buy, yeah, just do like $5, $10 just to confirm it's not a cash advance. It's not coded as a cash advance. Always use business credit cards. And another add-on layer of security, if you're going to try to do that, don't use Chase or American Express. Use something like a Navy Federal, like the Navy Federal business credit card. The Navy Federal business credit card. I'm not a big fan. I know a lot of people love Navy Federal. I'm not a big fan. But I don't want to burn a relationship with Chase or American Express. You could use an Elan Financial or a credit card like that. Yeah, go ahead, Q. Let me know how that turns out for sure. I'm definitely gonna try to do that BLOC play for sure with my relationship manager. Q, you definitely for sure. They're super heavy relationship based. You have to be 2 years in business for sure. They do accept new businesses, but they like to see businesses really 2 years or older. With all the credit plays that are out there, how much damage has been done? I don't know what you mean. I'm sure people abuse it and take it too far with the merchant accounts, and that's why I don't even talk about that. But I'm not gonna save this live. Zach, when we doing that other travel hacking class, if you guys want to know how to travel hack, you guys gotta reach out to my guy Zach. Dude's a beast. I'm actually trying to go to Tokyo next year, so you gotta let me know. You gotta let me know how to use my points. The best way to liquidate credit cards and finance. I don't like that way personally. I like the Plastique Melio way. That's just me personally, because there's no risk. There's no. I'm just paying 2.9%. I have over 700 sparing, but only one credit card is putting on there 2 years. But good for you. Only have. I would try to get another credit card. I would try to get another credit card. You only have one. What's the limit on that credit card? So it's like 50-50. 50 people have gotten 50K or more, and then the other 50 is not yet out of 17 votes. Yes, sir. Tokyo can be tough, but we can lock that in and show you some sweet spots. Yeah, it's gonna be next year, sometime next year. But Tokyo for sure. Japanese Airlines or whatever. This thing is kind of hard to read on my mobile. But so let me ask you this: so plastic is good for purchase real estate. If you want just cash, use my. What do you need cash for? Think about it. Think about what service. Think about what requires cash. Give me an example of what requires cash that can't be provided by an invoice. There's very few times that it has to be all cash. If it is, just tell them, I'll pay you. Just provide me an invoice. I just like the safer way, Like I said, 4 years ago, education, entertainment purposes only, I did use merchant accounts, PayPal. Yep. You heard what Zach says. Yep. Chase is, I got a sole prop with Chase too. I got a sole prop with Amex and Bank of America. If anyone doesn't have an LLC but wants to tap into business credit cards can be applied to as sole prop. So let me know. Let me or Toby know if you need help. Yeah. Yep. Reach out to my guy Zach. He's a beast. Should we buy any authorized business trade lines in order to help us build our business credit profile faster? No. 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 Because this is my belief, Carter Boy Fresh. Because most banks don't even use, think of, you don't need a paydebt score. I'm sorry, you don't need to be buying all these net 30 accounts. And most banks don't even go by that. Like some banks, regional banks, I know PNC does, they do check your business credit score. I know that for a fact. They check Equifax business. Regional banks like Truist, they do check business scores. But I would say 85% to 90% of the approval is based on your credit profile, your credit score. Does a sole prop report to person? No. Is a trade account providing an invoice? No. How would a no? I don't think a trade account is going to say, "Here's your invoice for you to trade." Invoice is just a way that a service is being exchanged. The sole prop report to personal. No. I don't have any business trade lines. As far as all I have is I'm not an expert on getting a paydex score, 80 paydex score. Once I found out that none of that really matters, that I need to focus on my personal credit, I literally stopped trying to learn about net 30s and vendor accounts and all this. How do I get an 80? I stopped trying to focus on learning how to do that. I focused on building my personal credit. That's what I did. So I can only speak from personal experience. You know, most of the times I'm only speaking from personal experience. I got funded in 2018, 2019. So again, I just go off what I know. If you ask me a question and I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know the answer. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. Any other questions? Damn, it's already been 46 minutes. Wow. Stupid thing. So do you have a sole prop and also a regular business credit with those same companies? So sole prop is just your social security number. My sole prop is Toby Rosario, and then my social security number. You can get an EIN, but it's just my social security number I use. And then your LLC, limited liability company, has an EIN, and you can. Those are two separate entities. And just like Navy Go Biz, can I apply right away? Yes, yes, Steve, you can apply right away. In fact, I'm about 95%. I have a Navy Federal Business Credit Card video on my YouTube, kind of like 30,000 views. I'm almost 95% sure I was the first one to come out with a Navy Federal Business Credit Card video, because you can see when my video was posted, which was like 3-4 years ago. And then you start to see everybody else's video. But if you go in the description, it actually tells you when it was posted. But to answer your question, yes, you can apply. You can do it the same day. But Navy Federal Biz is trash, personally, even though I have both of the cards. Any other questions? I'm trying to get to 50 people live, 50 people in the chat with me. Who's in my free group? Who's in my free group? Let me know in the chat. Put me in the chat. Okay, Steve. I didn't. Okay. Yeah, you can apply for Navy Federal. Make sure you go to Classroom. Steve, go to Classroom, and anybody else, go to Classroom. See, go to Business Credit. See all my YouTube videos, all my videos on the funding sequences. I have the Experian, the Equifax, TransUnion. I have different banks. I got like 63 videos coming out next month. I mean, 100 videos coming out next month. I got like 63 done, but I'm going to do 100 videos. And then I'm going to drop April 1st. I'm going to be dropping 3 to 4 a week. 3 to 4 a week. Any other questions before I hop off? I didn't know it was already an hour. I was just trying to get used to doing lives. Oh, you know, trying to get out of my comfort zone, you know. Let me know in the comments if you guys have. I did a video on them. I don't know too much about them. I just know a little bit. BMO Harris, I'm not too familiar with them. with a brand new LLC, will you already get approved for business credit? The better question is, can you get approved? The answer is yes. Will you get approved? It's hard to say because I don't know what your profile looks like. So Carter Boy Fresh, to answer your question, can you get approved with a brand new LLC? Yes, 100%. Will you get approved are two different things. I don't know. I don't know what your credit profile looks like. So last about 5 more minutes, we're gonna hop off. Let me know in the comment. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. If you just randomly found me on YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel, join my free group, and ask me any question you guys have. There you go. See, Zach know what he's talking about. Depends on your personal credit profile. The most important factor to getting approved is salary limits. Yep. Any other questions? Let me know. Let me see. Let me end this poll so I can see the question. This is your chance. Ask me any questions before I hop off. A few more minutes. And would you guys like me to start doing more lives like this? Random Q&A? Let me know in the chat if you guys want me to do more lives like this. Why can't I see this? Let me know in the chat if you guys want me to start doing that. Yes. Okay. I need more support than just one. I'm definitely gonna get a haircut next week. Any other questions? Live is cool. Yeah, I'm gonna start. Yes. Carter Boy Fresh, yes. To answer your question, yes. Yeah, I gotta work on a new presentation for because people have been asking more about business funding, business credit. To me, it's never really changes. There isn't like too many advanced strategies. It's all the same. It all comes down to, but people still want it. But it all comes down to having a great personal credit. That's ultimately, that's literally. It starts with that. Without that, you can't do anything. I don't care what anybody says. Without that, you won't be able to get it. All right, last few minutes here. It's already been 54 minutes. Let me know in the chat if you guys have any questions before I hop off. Actually, do I check my LexisNexis? No. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, when I got into this credit space, I was doing all that stuff, LexisNexis and all that other. I don't do any of that. I don't really get out of here real quick. All right, I'm gonna hop off, guys. Let me know. Make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. I'm probably gonna not save this live. I just wanted to hop on, just to answer some questions, play around with this live. But all right, that's my time. Appreciate you guys.